It's Saturday night. POPRAGEOUS live. It's Saturday freaking night. I want another hell yeah. Oh, I feel it. I feel it in my bones. Why do I have Stephen Colbert on my freaking screen? Stephen Colbert sucks. Hey, am I right? Am I right? Stephen Colbert sucks ass. I had a run-in with him. I said it a couple of times. My little run-in with Stephen Colbert. Oh, guys, welcome to POPRAGEOUS Live. It's Saturday night. My name is Danny Alex, and I am glad you're with me because, shit, it's breaking. It's breaking. Jon Favreau. After Mandalorian Grogu, he's out of Lucasfilm. He's out. He's gone. He's leaving. He is bye-bye. Ciao, baby. See you tomorrow. Now, look, Jon Favreau is not Star Wars' biggest problem. He's not. Nope. Do it. Fuck, I'm feeling good. I'm freaking feeling good, guys. It's Saturday night. I got a glass of wine. I haven't had any yet. Well, I lied. I've had a little bit. Am I going? Did I go? I'm blurry. Am I blurry? I've had a little bit of wine. Oh, Pamela's in the house. Pamela. Oh, I got to turn the comments on. What's I'm feeling good, guys. I don't know. You feel that way? Love you, Pamela. Hi, girl. I'm so excited. I'm excited. I'm like, right? I know nothing of your world, Danny. You said you got a studio. I'm so impressed. Pamela, you are easily impressed. Shit. Pamela, we're talking up a storm. We can no longer be friends. Stephen Barrow's okay. Oh, is he? But I told you about my run-in with him at the American Music Awards, right? I might bring it up later in the show. We got some stuff to talk. Jon Favreau, he's gone. He's done with Lucasfilm. That doesn't mean he's done with Marvel, though. Like, look, and Jon Favreau is not the biggest problem. He's by far, he is not. He might not even be the problem. However, oh, geez, I feel like a dog, right? If I could get my leg up here and I could do one of those dog things, I would seriously do that. I would. Jon Favreau is not the problem, guys. But Jon Favreau got the article. This just came out. I had the thumbnail done and everything, released it. And then all of a sudden I read that Jon Favreau confirms that with the whole Mandalorian Grogu thing. Now, I had a whole segment on Pamela, Jose Luis Hernandez. That's my buddy from Los Angeles. That's my buddy from Jose. That's Luis. That's my Los Angeles buddy. Shit. What are you doing, man? How's Los Angeles? I got the fuck out of that city. Lewis is one of the best people in that town, man. 18 million people. He is like top 1%. Literally. Hey, there's meds for that. I don't need meds. Maybe I do. Maybe I do need some freaking meds. I don't know. Maybe I need a lot of stuff. Maybe we need stuff that we don't even notice, right? We don't even notice. I know people. I met someone recently. She's literally psycho. She is literally psycho. She will like put you in a cage, lock you in there, and throw away the fucking key. Like that's how fucking crazy she is. There's people out there that are nuts. Insanity. That itching. I know. I'm a dog. Bam. You know what? The girls have always said when they date me, I'm nothing more than I'm a porch dog. That's all I do. Are you in the mood, Danny? For what? Itching? Yeah, scratch my back. That's all I want. Cook me a steak and scratch my back. I'm a good dog. When girls date me, I'm the best dog you'll ever have. I'll hump your leg once in a while, right? I will. You're just yeah, well, I will hump your leg once in a while. Can I get a hell yeah for humping your leg? Dogs got it right. You know, dogs sleep, eat, play, will hump your leg. Men, all the men out there, can you listen to me? Can you take some advice from a man who is probably should not have any advice taken from them? I don't know. Jon Favreau. Pamela, you're typing up a star. Boo, I'm not crazy, just insane. Oh, I like insane. Insane's not bad, right? I mean, there's nothing wrong with insane. What's wrong with insane? Hell yeah. Fucking yeah. Oh, man. Sometimes, you know, you feel so good. I used to be a kickboxer. Sometimes I feel like getting back in the ring. I do. I just feel like, actually, I don't. You guys have no idea what it's like being hit in the head. Oh, constantly, right? I mean, when you're young and you're like getting in there, it's different. I mean, I'm 58 years old. I don't need that shit. I don't need that. Unless they get like an old timers league, right? Like an old, like, you know what? You know me, I got something to tell you guys. And I thought about this. This is an idea that I've had. Okay. Joe Rogan. You know, do you know who Joe Rogan is? You know who Danny Alex is? Well, that's me, right? Joe Rogan. Get this, guys. Seriously. I'm thinking about contacting his people. I'm thinking about it. I am 58. How old is Joe Rogan? 58. Joe Rogan is 5'8". Now, granted, I think I'm 5'9". Okay, call it 5'8", whatever, right? I'll like go on. Now he's done a lot more MMA than me, but I've done 8 years of kickboxing, right? What if Joe Rogan went into the ring with Danny Alex, a normie, Joe Rogan and me? I mean, I go to the gym, but I train harder for we do like a summer thing, right? We're both 58. We're both 5'8", even though I'll probably have like a half an inch reach on him, you know? I think he's better at jujitsu and stuff. Like I'd have to have a white towel on me the whole time to be able to throw it in and, you know, give up. Maybe. Could happen. Cheers. Saturday night, guys. Welcome to Saturday night. Pamela, are you 62? Are you feeling good at 62? 62, really? I would have pegged you at mid 40s just the way you talk. No? Yeah? No? Yeah? No? No? So, Jon Favreau. You know, Chef. Oh, you know what I did? I don't know. Do I do this? So I got it. So I'm doing this. So I did this thing like the Gayometer on Starfleet Academy. It's the Gayometer, right? And so on one show, I've never done it. I didn't do it. Like all these different sexuals. Do you know how many different sexuals there are? There's heterosexual, homosexual, bisexual, asexual, aromatic sexual, demisexual, sapiosexual, gray sexual, demiromantic sexual, polysexual, pansexual, gender fluid sexual, scoliosexual, androsexual, genosexual. See, I think I'm genosexual. That is a person who is sexually attracted to women. I don't think I'm heterosexual, because a heterosexual is romantic and or sexual attraction to people of a gender different than one's own. If non-binary is a gender, like I'm not heterosexual. Sorry, I'm not. Not. Does that surprise you? Are you heterosexual? Are you attracted of people of a gender different than, so like as long as it's not a guy? I'm non-binary. I'm like, okay, hold on a sec. Maybe I'm not heterosexual. I'm heterophobic all of a sudden, right? I am freaking heterophobic. I am scared. I see straight people. They scare me. Straight people scare the fuck out of me. I don't make it up as I go along. Well, I do, but I'm gynosexual. Can someone write that down? I am gynosexual. A person who is sexually attracted to women. I am not heterosexual. That is a matter of fact. That is a matter of fact. Homosexual is described as attraction to the same sex or gender, which doesn't make sense because homo means male. Sexual means sexual. Homo, so you're male. So if you're attracted to you can't be a female homosexual. You can't. Because homo means male. It makes no fucking sense. I mean, that's just utterly stupid. And we're not stupid on this show. Fuck no, we're not. we're not stupid on this show. Fuck no. Oh, Pamela, you're like, that is beautiful because I'm cool. You are cool. That's only 4 years older than you. Whatever. I'm straight for men. Yeah, you're. What is the men one? There's the men one. So if women are or I am gynosexual, I'm not heterosexual because I'm not into non-binaries. Again, heterosexual, romantic, heterosexual attraction to people of a gender different than one's own. And if we're including binary, non-binary, sorry, man, it's not a tennis court I play on. It's just not. I mean, I'm not. Look, the very idea of homophobic is fucking asinine. Okay, you're scared of gay people? Yeah, they terrify me. I see a gay people, I just run. Oh my god, it's like being like claustrophobic. I'm so fucking scared. Fuck you. Okay, all you people with all these stupid words because you harbor some opinion and then you can twist it around enough just to make it fit your own stupid political narrative. I got 2 words for you. I can't really say them this early in the program, but it rhymes with puck, like hockey puck. And then the second word is you. And then the finger that I would appropriately put up would be the middle finger, okay? So all you people with this whole political thing. So look, I've said this before. As a screenwriter, I've written many a screenplay, and I believe that I am the most winning screenwriter in the film festival circuit in the world. I believe I am. I've won hundreds of awards at some of the biggest screen festivals globally, from Los Angeles to Berlin to Singapore and everything in between. And I've had people want to option my screenplays if we add something. The second you start adding something, the second you start adding a gay reveal, the second you only have so much time. If you're writing a book, you have endless pages to put your shit in there, right? You want to put gay this, hetero that. You want to put a little bit of omnisexual, polysexual, heterosexual, sexual, scoliosexual, which is an older term for attraction to transgender or non-binary people. You want to whatever you want to do. As a book writer, you get endless pages to do that. As a screenwriter, you don't, right? You only get so many. Each page is 1 minute. When you write it, and when you need to start putting in some sort of political stuff that has no reason to be in the TV show or movie, you lose pages, you lose focus, you lose dynamics, you lose a reveal. Maybe the reveal should have been something about a character based on the plot. We're gonna reveal he's gay. We're gonna really. Can I revert you back to Stranger Things episode 7? Season 5, my friends. The gay reveal. Stranger Things, episode 7. Could you imagine if that was some amazing reveal about Vecna instead of some gay crying section? Even gay people look at that and go, give me a break. Being gay is not a big freaking deal anymore. It's not. If I'm on the street sitting at a bus stop, actually, I haven't taken a bus in like 40 years. Let's just say I was. And there's nothing wrong with that because that tells me you're money conscious and you're probably smarter than a lot of people taking the freaking bus. Comes up to me and says, hey, I'm gay. All right, brother. Good for you. No sweat off my back. I'm not going to tell you what I do in the bed. You don't need to tell me what you do in bed. Because it has nothing to do with anything. Am I right? Am I right? Right? A demisexual? A demisexual is a person who is sexually attracted to a person he shares a deep emotional bond with. So Tamira on Starfleet Academy would be demisexual, right? Because that's her whole thing. Now, we're going to get into... Now, So if we take a look at our... being gay was in the... being gay was cool in the 80s. I had friends... I remember in high school... I had a couple of friends that went gay just because it was cool. And they weren't gay. I know. I'm not going to put a name out there. I could. But that was the cool thing, right? You go to these funk hip bars, and they're like not even Depeche Mode became cool. Depeche Mode became mainstream. But it was these British invasion bands that were like The Cure, right? All these bands, and everyone was going gay. Well, for like in 1984, I graduated 85. People were going gay because they thought it was cool. Fuck, I don't know. Like I didn't go. They didn't go gay. They just acted gay, right? We went to the nightclubs. Of course, I grew up in Canada. I spent 20 years in Los Angeles, so I'm like a American Canadian. I'm like both sides of the fence. I swing both ways when it comes to America and Canada. But in Canada, it's 18, right? We were getting into bars when we were 16, just getting hosed. And driving is 16 in Canada, where I grew up. And I grew up in the Texas of Canada, the Texas of motherfucking Canada. That's where I did. Calgary is like the Dallas, except better. I'm telling you. Maybe the weather's not better, but there's only one place in the world where there's no rats. There's no rats. Where is there no rats? In Alberta, Canada. Google it. You'll see the entire world map, and there's this one little place in Canada where we have entire teams of people that gets rid of rats here. There's no cockroaches. There's no rats. I'm not lying. I'm not lying. But anyway, that's the gay stuff, guys. That's all I gotta say about the gay stuff. And if you're gay, fucking right on, man. I don't care. I just don't. I don't care. I don't care if you're gay. I don't care if you sleep with animals. I don't care if you like do whatever the fuck you. I don't ask people what they do in the sack. But if you look at our subject matter on the night, we got Starfleet Academy episode 6. I mean, this whole sexual stuff wasn't even in the cards. We got Henry Cavill. Henry Cavill, Game of Thrones. Is he going to be in Game of Thrones? Maybe. The Mandalorian. So I had the whole Mandalorian thing set out before this Jon Favreau thing even came out. This Jon Favreau thing, I looked at an hour and a half before I went on air. I'm like, oh my God, Jon Favreau is leaving Star Wars. Not a big deal, but the whole Mandalorian thing, because I rewatched the entire Mandalorian. I seriously, while doing videos, because I have a science channel as well, so I was doing videos for the science channel. I also do like TikTok shorts. I do my Facebook page is freaking raging. I'm telling you, man, the worst of all my social media is YouTube. I get thousands of views on YouTube or on TikTok. I get so many views on Facebook. I'm like, why the frick am I even on this stinking YouTube shit? YouTube has gone, oh, that's a whole other subject. Don't get me started, okay? There's a lot of people, Danny Alex doesn't need to talk about YouTube. What we need to talk about first, guys, is Jon Favreau. It's not on the list, okay? It's not on the list. How you doing, Pam? Are you okay? Are you having a drink, Pam? I am. So here's what I'm gonna do. Because we're doing Jon Favreau, I'm gonna block out our subject matter because I didn't have time to change it. This happened so fast, guys. Señores and I don't even speak Spanish. My buddy Luis Hernandez that popped on him. He didn't. He should have taught me more Spanish. While 20 years in Los Angeles, and I know minimal. Like, shit, whatever, right? Whatever. So, guys, I've got to. I think this is pretty big, and let's go over it. So, what do we got? Do I do that? No, this one. This is the one. Okay, then I'm gonna. Sorry, guys. Most places they got like someone in the back. They pay someone in the background to do this stuff, but this is a chicken shit organization, okay? POPRAGEOUS at this point is a chicken shit organization. We got no people. It's just me. I have like a couple of teddy bears that I've tried to train. You don't believe me? I do. I've tried to train this teddy bear to be my producer. Thus far, it has not worked. Cute, right? Very cute. Very cute. Oh, let me get back into this. Ugh. You know, if we were doing live news at 6, my ass would be grass. I'd be out, right? I'd be like, you're fired. Danny, you're fired. This is, you know what? This is actually an interesting thing. When you talk about animation, you know, you talk about free speech, people like the football players that were doing their free speech on the football field. I'm sorry, it doesn't cut it. You can't do your free speech on the football field. It's like a newscaster doing free speech during the 30-minute news conference. When you're on private property and the employer is paying you to be there, the only place you have free speech is in the public area. There's no free speech on private property. Just to throw that out there. Let's make lemonade, all right? Let's make lemonade. So, Jon Favreau. Oh shoot! Okay, how do I do that? Oh my God! Okay, I see how this is. So this is always a exercise in strategic positioning. I'm gonna move myself over here. I'm gonna take the comments down, and then I'm going to make myself marginally bigger. I'm gonna save it, update the layout, and there we go. There we go. So my friends, here we go. Here we are. I wonder if we just make this a little bit bigger. No, we can't. Okay, we'll leave it at that. So here we go. Jon Favreau, guys, this just came out February 14th. Let me set this up. You know, a lot of times you want to set this up so you can easily cut it for like a little segment to post. Ladies and gentlemen, Jon Favreau confirms Lucasfilm exit amid the Mandalorian and Grogu uncertainty. What do we got to say about that? You know what? He's not the worst. Jon Favreau is not the worst. As a matter of fact, he is not part of the problem. I don't think he is. However, we do need some change. It seems like Jon Favreau is set to exit a galaxy far, far away after the release of The Mandalorian and Grogu. Interestingly enough, I was doing a segment tonight on The Mandalorian and Grogu because of how bad I think it's going to be. There's a lot of information, especially on... I'm going to have to move this whole segment forward because I had the Mandalorian stuff in the third segment. I'm going to have to move it forward. But here, this is a movie that had the worst ratings or customer interaction in the Super Bowl. And if you watch the trailers, I mean, they are just bad. It looks like the TV show. If you watched the TV show, it was a TV show on Disney Plus. It was. We're just 3 months away from the release of the first cinematic Star Wars project since Star Wars: The Rise of Skywalker in 2019, and yet the sentiment among fans seems lukewarm at best. Yeah, because you're taking a TV show that basically wasn't that good. I really don't need to watch a guy walking. If I want to watch someone walking or running, I'll watch Forrest Gump. Am I right? I'll watch frickin' Forrest Gump. I'll watch Gump. The Mandalorian, like that walk. I mean, that is literally the kind of acting job that you want. Pedro Pascal, he's like, wait a sec. Yeah, no, it's true. Pedro Pascal's like, wait a sec. You're gonna, I can demand top dollar and I don't even have to act. You're going to put a helmet on me and I just have to like do this. Oh my God, you know what? He must have, when he signed that deal for the Mandalorian, Pedro Pascal, when he signed the deal, I'm telling you, he must have went home and just jerked off. He just literally must have just went, just literally audition finger puppets. Why was that so delayed? I don't know. But he must have just went home and auditioned finger puppets. I mean, if that's the acting job, no face acting, no nothing, put the helmet on and just move around. There's a lot of, after watching all of The Mandalorian, and I rewatched all 3 seasons to get ready for the release of The Mandalorian and Grogu in theaters. I thought, well, let's just binge it. While I'm doing videos and stuff, I'll binge it. And you realize that, like this, even though I think Jon Favreau wrote most of it or all of it, it wasn't, there was so much potential there, but the character was left flat. It's a flat character throughout the whole thing. And the only thing, it's like having toast with no butter, no jam, no peanut butter. That's what the Mandalorian was. And then you got some terrible puppet. I mean, the puppet, you couldn't do anything better with Grogu. I mean, terrible puppeteering for 3 episodes. You want us to care? You want us to care for this little thingy that is obviously a little freaking puppet. We know it's a puppet. We care for things that we realize or think that are actually not puppets. So anyway, Pedro Pascal won big. He won big. While there was a point where The Mandalorian dominated pop culture upon its Disney debut, that's strong language. The show's 2nd and 3rd seasons saw gradual declines in interest, with the latter attracting particularly mixed reviews compared to its predecessors, aka the early days of the New Republic, have failed to generate anywhere near as much praise, with Ahsoka Season 2 standing as its only other upcoming project. And as Ahsoka, the first season, that's not good TV. None of this is good TV, which is shocking that Favreau, I think Favreau is much more involved with the Marvel side, right? So him leaving Lucasfilm, but it's interesting. Here's what's interesting. Kathleen Kennedy leaves. Bob Iger leaves. Jon Favreau leaves. Is Kevin Feige going to leave? That's the question. Guys, I'm asking the question. Is Kevin Feige going to leave? He's probably not going to leave till after Secret Wars, because he realized, look, Kevin. So is Favreau going to stay at Marvel? Favreau is out. The Mandalorian and Grogu, what do I project? Less than 400 million. I think this thing is going to be a freaking debacle. You don't take a mediocre TV show. If I were to give The Mandalorian a score, can I do 5.75, 5.5? I don't want to give a 6, but I'd give it a 5.5. There were parts of the early season where you could have created this real gritty intensity, but then you realize, holy shit, we're going to see a lot of walking, right? We're going to see a lot of walking from this guy. While there was a point for The Mandalorian dominated pop culture upon its debut of Disney Plus, the show's 2nd and 3rd seasons, read that, have failed to generate anywhere near as much praise with the Ahsoka yada yada yada. Recent reports suggest that Lucasfilm hopes to use the success or lack of success, I'm thinking lack of success, of The Mandalorian and Grogu to guide its decisions for future Star Wars projects. To be more specific, It's thought that it will contribute to the studio's decision whether it should push ahead with Dave Filoni's planned Mandoverse crossover film or instead rework it into a limited series. Whatever happens in that regard, we can expect Filoni to remain involved. The only way to get rid of the rot is to remove everything. Everything. It's the same with Star Trek. You gotta gut it. You gotta get rid of it. You gotta rip it out root and stem. Root and stem. You need to find one person who is the fulcrum. And that's the problem, because when you lose the auteur, when you lose the founder, the visionary, the George Lucas, the Gene Roddenberry, the Stan Lee, when you lose these people that are the fulcrum of these global franchises, you lose everything. When that vacuum happened with Star Trek, that vacuum happened with Gene Roddenberry, and then before the early 2000s, you had all of the old Star Trek people leaving, and you've had this new people come in, and slowly this vacuum turns into these politically charged. Their first thing is, they might like writing stories, but they only like writing stories one way, my way. And that includes a lot of gay stuff, a lot of this stuff. I don't even need to see heterosex stuff. I don't need gay stuff. I don't need bestiality. I don't need polygamy. I don't need any. Give me science frickin' fiction. Am I right? Just give me. What are you laughing at me for? Just give me science frickin' fiction. That's all I want is science fiction. Whatever happens in that regard, we can expect Filoni to remain involved. The director, producer, and screenwriter was named Lucasfilm's new co-president alongside Lin-Wen Brennan after Kathleen Kennedy's exit earlier this year. Oh, isn't that just great, right? However, the same can't be said for one of Mandoverse's most important figures, Jon Favreau. Look, I bet you Jon Favreau is happy to get the fuck out of there. I have no doubt that he is. No doubt that he is. He's finishing up this project. Look, Mando is going to suck. That's my prediction. $400 million tops. What is Mandalorian and Grogu budget? What is Mandalorian Grogu budget? It's amazing how look at how, whenever they try to get this close, Mando and Grogu's budget is approximately 166.4 million, right? 166.4. And then they started filming, right? So I bet you, man, I have no doubt that Mandalorian Grogu is probably easily, it's going to be 200 million. We'll never know for sure. If they're filming it in the UK, we will find out. I would probably say how much is the movie going to cost? 225 to 250. I wouldn't be surprised if it's 250 million. If the movie does 400 million, the movie will lose $200 million. So basically, what you want to do is take the budget and basically triple it. Basically, you can argue. So if you have $250 million, basically they say 50% of the budget is advertising. That's kind of, say it's 100 million, okay? 250 plus 100 million, $700 million. You double it because the studio shares 50-50 box office with the movie theaters. So you have 350 million, let's say pushes 400 million. That's 800 million. If you have a $400 million box office, you got a $400 million loss. Well, wait a sec. $200 million loss. $200 million loss on the books. $200 million loss, not 400 million, 200 million. So, Favreau created and serves as showrunner on The Mandalorian and has worked as an executive producer on the Book of Boba Fett. The Book of Boba Fett sucked. It sucked. Ahsoka and Star Wars Skeleton Crew. Ahsoka sucked. I don't watch animation. I'm sorry, I don't. He's also the director and co-writer of The Mandalorian and Grogu. Well, I mean, fuck it. This is Star Wars, guys. Right there. Look at that. That's fucking Star Wars. Trying to think of my favorite country song. What's that? Brooks and Dunn. A boot scoot boogie. I'm 1,000 miles from nowhere. Dwight Yoakam. I like a little bit of Dwight Yoakam, you know. So anyway, I don't want to, and I don't want to get into any more of that. I don't. Where is? I thought I had. Star Trek. Oh, that's on the Grogu side, right? Okay, I want to close that. You know what? Even though this was part of my my Grogu segment, or my Mandalorian segment in the third segment, the Mandalorian, guys, listen to this. The Mandalorian and Grogu. That ad was the worst performing film ad of the night. Of the night. Ranked 43rd in engagement for ads overall with an engagement score of 104. You know, I really should change. You know, I'm just going to do the entire... I'm going to do the entire Mandalorian. Where is it? Yeah, we're just going to do the entire Mandalorian segment right now before we get into anything else. Let's just break it. Jon Favreau was quitting. I quit after the Mandalorian. After the Mandalorian. So again, ranked. So that, guys, that is crazy. And so you want to know? So I got to move all of my little. So there are two trailers. I'm going to pull up the video file. This was.
Sometimes we choose our path.
This was the commercial that aired during the Super Bowl. Now, understand the Tauntauns, and the whole thing was meant to be like this play on Budweiser. I don't know how many people actually picked up on it. But the buddy-buddy relationship that they're trying to build is not working. I don't get it. No one gets it. They think that this whole Mandalorian Grogu thing is a buddy thing since Danny Glover and Mel Gibson. It's not. It's not. You guys are freaking dreaming. You can't even see through the freaking fog at Star Wars. Jon Favreau, maybe it's time for you to go. It's time. Jon Favreau is quitting Star Wars after Mandalorian and Grogu. Thank God. But he's not the worst part, right? This is... Let's watch it.
Other times the path chooses us. Through it all, we keep pushing forward, driven.
See, that's the old Budweiser commercial analogy. That's the metaphor. Budweiser. Super Bowl 2026. Budweiser. The worst performing ad right here. The worst performing ad. You're watching it right here on POPRAGEOUS Live.
By a deeper purpose, guided by an unseen force. The journey never gets any easier. The bond just gets harder to break.
You see, it's a buddy-buddy thing, right? It's a buddy-buddy. Mandalorian and Grogu, they're buddy-buddy. They're buddy-buddy. Look, we didn't buy it. It was a hard thing to buy. It's like this. They think that there's this amazing bond built between these two characters. There's not. There's nothing there. It's empty. But as far as they think...
This is the way.
Right? See, right there. That's like your Budweiser thing. That's your like Clydesdales running along. You see the Mandalorian. Look, this movie is going to freaking bomb. I think this movie is going to bomb. I'm saying it like I'm just going all out. My little dog teddy bear. Say it. This movie is going to bomb. There you go. I got props. I got lots. You can't say that POPRAGEOUS Live doesn't have props. It's gonna bomb, guys. Jon Favreau leaving is not the biggest problem. The other thing that I will show you is the other trailer for Mandalorian and Grogu. Now understand, I just watched all 3 seasons over again to get ready for. Yes, it's early. Like I'm like 3 months early. But I thought, you know what? I'll binge it. I'm working on videos. I got the TV in front of me, like on my computer desk, and so I just binge it. Right? I just have it playing, just to totally refresh myself. This is the official trailer. Does this does this trailer make you horny? Oh, that is so adorable. Look, did you get it? Little cute Grogu. He puts up a little, oh my God, that is so adorable. I have to go see this movie now. I really do. I really do. So gay. Like, what is this? Like Muppets? It's like the puppeteer stuff is, you might as well have CGI'd the Grogu. Because it looks like 1990s Muppets. You want people to spend $50 per person, to take a family of 4 to spend $200 frickin' dollars to see puppeteers. See, watch this scene, guys. This is the kind of stuff that really makes me want to go see a movie. If you think the Mandalorian and Grogu, let's just take, for example, another Pedro Pascal movie. Holy shit. I'm not going to get into The Last of Us. That's a different segment. Different show. The Fantastic Four. Look, Pedro Pascal should be done. He was amazing as the Red Viper, right? Remember GOT? Oberyn Martell, the Red Viper. That was his peak of coolness, right? Oh, fuck, he was cool, right? He was absolutely cool. Oberyn Martell. When he walked into that jail cell with Tyrion basically said, I'm done. No one's going to stand up for me. No one will fight for me. And Oberyn Martell comes in there. Oberyn, I even say with a Spanish accent. You notice? Oberyn Martell. It's 20 years in Los Angeles. That's how I get that. Oberyn Martell. He talks with Tyrion. This was the zenith of Pedro Pascal cool. And he grabs that torch and he goes, I will be your champion. And you get that little stuff that just like goes up your spine and you go, oh motherfucker, Oberyn Martell is going to fight. If you read the books, it's not a secret. But Oberyn Martell is going to fight he fucking whooped the Red Viper or the Mountain, right? Absolutely. The Red Viper, hubris. It was an ugly, yeah. Oberyn Martell. That was the peak of Pedro Pascal's coolness. Cheers, it's Saturday night. Yes, I have red wine. This is red wine. Cheers to your health. Live long and prosper, my friend. So, that was the top. If you ask me, like, Oberyn Martell was such a frick. It was one season. It was 9 episodes he was in. But that was the peak of Pedro Pascal cool. Everything after that, like he is everywhere. They have this like little thing, like in Disney, there's this little case, And it says right at the top, it says, in case you need an actor, break glass. And there's Pedro Pascal is standing in there. So you break the glass. Look, we don't know who we're going to cast for this guy. Okay, just go break the glass and we'll bring in Pedro Pascal. That's, we got no other ideas. We'll just bring in Pedro Pascal. Pedro Pascal, since Oberyn Martell has gone down, boom, 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 boom. The great thing about the Mandalorian is they put a helmet on him. Just sit there and turn like this. How do you want me to turn? Like this. Okay. So you want me to sit there with the reins and go do this? Yes. That's what the director is doing, right? Pedro Pascal says, "Holy shit, you're paying me $20 million for me to go like this?" Yeah, but you're going to do a voiceover in the studio for that. Oh, fuck, I'll do that. Like, pay me. Put me in this stupid suit. Oh, my God. Guys, this is... Let's continue. Oh, he's so adorable. He's so adorable. Fuck off. What was that? Whoa, wait. Do not pass go. Does this scene make you want to go see Mandalorian and Grogu? Jon Favreau, I quit. No, wait, you're quitting. Jon Favreau. This is the crazy thing. Jon Favreau was not the worst part of Disney. Of Lucasfilm. I mean, he was the guy that was very much responsible for the first Iron Man. Jon Favreau was not. But the fact that the big thing, and I'll say this again, guys, the big thing, Bob Iger leaves at the same time Kathleen Kennedy leaves. I worked on Wall Street as a market maker and an economic analyst for many years. And what I sense is the board is saying, we need a change right fucking now. Right? That's what the board of directors, I think, is saying. If I was, I worked in the public markets many years. And if you're on the board of directors of Disney, you're like, okay, Bob, we need a change. Because this pump and dump idea of every time an earnings release comes out, you go out there and pump and dump it. You pump and dump Disney and no one is buying it. That's why it's still like $100 a share. Because you can't do shit. You're a weatherman. Bob Iger, newsflash, you were a weatherman before you became the CEO of Disney? Holy... Now, nothing against Jon Favreau, but if he's part of the establishment, you got to go, bro. You got to go. And Kevin Feige, finish up with fucking doomsday shit. Oh, my God. You know what? Holy jeez. I was also, like, I'm catching up on stuff. I watched WandaVision. Guys, I've tried to stomach WandaVision. Do you know what I'm saying? So I watched WandaVision. It doesn't take that long, like literally. Laugh at me all you want. Laugh at me all you want. I don't care. I got no pride. Look at me. I got no pride. Fuck off. I watched WandaVision again. 4 years later. Today. I'm telling you, today I watched it. And I'm watching the first 2-3 episodes. I'm like, okay, like, really? Okay. Like, you could have done the entire setup in one episode. I as a screenwriter, and I am a screenwriter, an award-winning screenwriter, I would have set this baby up instead of creating the bullshit over 3 episodes. I would have created that fluff stuff in the 1950s and 60s and 70s. And I would have made the shit start in the second episode. Let's make lemonade, right? Where's my let's make lemonade? Where's my guy?
Let's make lemonade.
That's my guy. But that's what Disney does. Filler. Half of every season is filler. It's no different than The Mandalorian. It's no different than you know what could have been a good TV show? You might like some people might look at me and go, "Oh, Danny. Oh, Danny." Obi-Wan Kenobi could have been good. Right? It could have been good. There is some edginess there, but all of these stupid scenes over and over, the setup between Obi-Wan and Darth Vader could have been epic. The way they started it off was real and gritty, right? Real and gritty. I mean, Obi-Wan Kenobi was not the worst series, guys. It wasn't. Was there some really stupid things like the little kid chase through the forest, or just walk around it? You don't need to like put the force field down on the road. You can just walk around it, like on and on, right? All these things. Let's get back to Mandalorian. What is there that anything in this trailer that is supposed to impress us? There's no, you're literally just showing little clips of, you're showing the dailies. That's all you're doing. You're showing the dailies, the daily takes. Here's a few cool things. Put that in there. Put that in there. There's nothing there.
Impressive.
It looks like the TV show. That's the problem. Oh my God. You cannot tell me that this does not look like a little model setup, right? Look at this. Look at this. Yes, it looks like a miniature set. If it looks like a miniature set, it is a miniature set. Newsflash. If it looks like it, it is. Oh, geez. I've had I've had model railroads when I was a kid. I've had model railroads as a kid look better than this. I've had model. You remember when you were as a kid? I used to love railroad sets. We used to buy all the Tyco. Remember all the Tyco railroad sets and everything? Set it all up and you create all these little towns and everything, a little choo-choo. There's something amazing. Even as an adult, there's something amazing about a train set. This looks like a freaking train set. This is the Mandalorian and Grogu train set. You can buy it. It's on sale at Walmart. You want to see that again? You want to see this train set model? Look at this. Oh, shit. There we go. Let's make that late. Guys, look at that and tell me that that is not a frickin' model set. I'll take on the Empire. The Mandalorian and Grogu, Forge and IMAX. I gotta say, guys, this movie is I'm predicting 400 to 450 million. If it breaks 500 million, I would be shocked. I think that this movie will probably need 700 to 800 million to break even. I do believe this movie will lose between 100 and 200 million in dollars. It's part of the reason Jon Favreau is out. Like I said, let's go back to this. Again, the Mandalorian and Grogu Super Bowl ad was the worst performing film ad of the night. Ranked 43rd in engagement for ads overall with an engagement score of 104. 104 versus Minions and Monsters, The highest engagement for a film at 909. And Disclosure Day, that's Steven Spielberg, and it doesn't look that great at 475. Mandalorian and Grogu is going to frickin' bomb. It's going to be amazing to watch. It's going to be absolutely feel good for the entire establishment that has screwed around at Star Wars, that has, can I say, are we late enough in the show that I can say is just fucked around? Calling people who dare criticize. Oh, I don't like it for this, this, and that. Oh, well, that's simple. We know what you are, right? I don't like it. It's time Disney and all these bullshit studios start recognizing who the customer is, okay? It's time to start recognizing who the customer is. And if you can't figure it out, go out of business. Drop it. Bye-bye. Star Wars could just get rid of it. Sell it for $500 million. You bought it for $4 billion? Sell it for 1/8 of what you bought it for, because that's what it's worth now. A fraction. Even at, you think someone would pay $1 billion for Star Wars now? Do you really think so? Do you think someone would pay $1 billion for Star Wars right now? They paid $4 billion 15 years ago or 13 years ago. Who would pay $1 billion for this shit franchise? Utter fucking destruction. So Jon Favreau, you're guilty with Mandalorian. You wrote the 3 seasons and you wrote the movie, and it's gonna suck ass. Sorry to be so real, my friend. Sorry to be so real. Oh, Mr. Cellophane, what the hell you doing, my friend? Miniatures are a good thing, though, so I'm not sure about this take. Miniatures? Well, when your movie looks like miniatures, it's not a good thing. Look, I play Dungeons and Dragons. I love Dungeons and Dragons. Miniatures are good in Dungeons and Dragons. Mr. Cellophane, how you doing? Oh, did Pamela fell asleep? Yeah. Look, your movie cannot look like miniatures. It literally, I mean, I don't want to go back to it. I mean, it looks like a model train set. And regardless, I don't know, Mr. Cellophane, if you remember, have you watched all three seasons of? Probably should give all 3 seasons of The Mandalorian. I rewatched it a second time. It's bad. I mean, it's bad. It's I don't know if it's bad. There's potential there. And they turn it into, and with each season, it just like stair steps down, right? It just stair steps down. You can feel the potential. And then all of a sudden you realize, okay, a lot of this is just going to be a guy walking, right? It's going to be a guy walking. There's no urgency. Yet when a guy just walks like this and there has no urgency, okay, well, there's no urgency, period. Would I watch Obi-Wan Kenobi over Mandalorian? Yes. Because I felt I could laugh more. And McGregor, what's his name? The actor for Obi-Wan. I mean, he's pretty good. Like, he's pretty good in the role, right? I know a lot of people would argue with me on that. I would be much more excited about Obi-Wan Kenobi season 2 than a Mandalorian season 4. I would be. Oh, I would be. And that's the bottom line. All right, my friends. All right, let's get this. Yeah, let's get this show going. Starfleet Academy. So, Starfleet Academy episode 6. I said on Thursday night that it was probably the best one so far. But when you've got, it's like you're pulling out the best piece of poop out of the toilet. That's what you're doing, right? I mean, this is such a convoluted, messy, scrappy, everything. Characters caught. This is the best explanation. So when you're writing a screenplay, when you're writing a TV show, when you're writing a movie, you want character decisions to define or move the story along, right? If you take a movie like, let's say, Gladiator, The movie moves along based on the decisions of Maximus. He makes decisions and then the movie goes along. In Starfleet Academy episode 6, and everything, this is what defines a really crappy screenwriter, a really crappy storyteller. The plot makes the decisions for the characters and we just move along. And then they just add things. Well, if we need something added, we just add it at the beginning of the scene. We say it, we state it, and we keep going. It is a constant, convoluted mess trying to create some intellectual ending to the episode that, oh, wow, I didn't see that coming. You'd have to buy a lottery ticket. Nustafer, can I call him Nustafer? Because that's his real name, right? Nustafer. Nustafer would have to buy a lottery ticket for his entire plan to work out the way it did. It's absolute asinine stupidity. He was there in 20 minutes. It didn't take him more than 20 minutes to get there, right? It didn't. He was there so fast. And then we get to this graveyard, this graveyard, 100 years, because during the Big Burn, they needed another way to do warp travel. So they tried the singularity, the gravity drive, didn't work. But they leave the garbage out there for every other civilization to go and, like, you know, let's go see what they were doing. Let's go. Oh my God. Like the amount of stupidity that propels this episode forward is incalculable. At one point in time, they talk about 5 capital ships, right? 5, let me just say, 5 kick-ass Starfleet ships that are within a half hour of the incident. It's like you do the phone call and these 5 capital ships are in, right? But then there's Braca, you know, attacks when they send in that stupid looking starship again. They got the disconnected. Oh man! And then he attacks, but these 5 starships are still waiting in the wings, and it is endless stupidity. Is it the worst episode? No. Is it one of the worst episodes Star Trek has ever put out? Yes, it is. Yes, it is. Because this is one of the worst written, understood, characterized TV show. Not just sci-fi. It's one of the worst TV shows ever written. Coming from a screenwriter. Solutions appear exactly when they need to. Do you notice that? Solutions appear exactly when they need to in episode 6. They have comic books. Computers learn. Oh my God, computers learn from comic books. Oh my, Caleb knows everything, right? 30 seconds, he walks on. Did you understand that? He walks on. He's got the flashlight, points it down. This must be the power source. You're like, really? Caleb knew, right? Caleb knew. Caleb solves problems instantly, at least within 30 seconds. He is always the one that figures out the solutions. It creates a chosen one, Mary Sue style of writing. So every time there's a problem, now like episode 7, is Caleb there? He'll figure it out. Like there's no tension. We're not scared. There's no tension. And the biggest thing with the entire episode, and I'll say this, and this, I got this article I want to go through because it really like exemplifies. It's manufactured tension. That's what the problem with it is. It's manufactured tension. When you have manufactured tension, they are creating tension through character interactions, through trying this idea that if characters yell and scream loud enough, if they yell out the plot points angry enough, that the audience will fall in line, will feel it, will understand, because look, this character is angry and he's explaining it to us. So if he's angry and explaining why he's angry, well, we've got to freaking feel angry too. No, that is exactly how screenwriting does not work. But this is what Starfleet Academy does. This is what great screenwriting versus stupid screenwriting. And we are deluged, guys. We are deluged with shit screenwriting. As a screenwriter, you try and write scenes that make you on the edge of your seat, right? You're trying to, oh my God, do it. Like, what is it? When am I going to get my payoff? When is this character going to do Night of the Seven Kingdoms? Can I pull up Night of the Seven Kingdoms? Even though that is our next segment. In Night of the Seven Kingdoms, we spent 3 episodes watching Duncan be taking a lot of shit. Duncan took a lot of, and he maintained the discipline of being a knight, the morality of being a knight. The payoff was at the end of episode 4. Why did episode 4 feel so good? That was the payoff from the 3 episodes of Duncan being the honorable guy right till the very end. And his honor right to the very end. His payoff, his reward was Baelor Targaryen. That's what that was. It was Baelor Targaryen. That was the payoff. And it felt so fucking good. That's good writing. Three episodes of this constant build of morality. I'm a knight. I won't do that. Why would they do that? No, I'm not. The payoff, that was the payoff. Why do things feel good in a movie? The writer sets it up for that fucking payoff that makes you go, oh. And his conviction to his morality code as a hedge knight, even though you could see him in his mind, like the actor played it very good. He questioned himself. His discipline paid off and he got Baelor Targaryen. That's why episode 4 felt so good. Why does episode 6 feel like shit in Starfleet Academy? Because none of that exists. Plot drives everything. Yeah, events happen because the plot needs them to happen at the right time. And then the characters just move along. They just like move along, right? Characters rarely make any real choices. The plot makes the choices for them. And they just move along. They just move along. This is what makes, if you watch great stories, guys, as a screenwriter, you're always, you have to write from the character's point of view. And I'll go back to Night of the Seven Kingdoms. The TV show is written exclusively from Duncan's point of view. We're in his shoes, therefore they've done a great job. So if you watch episode 6 of Starship Command or Shit Fleet Command or whatever you want to call it, that was some of the worst screenwriting in the history of television or movies. The plot is constantly making the decisions. Oh, characters get angry. They get angry and say things, and that's the manufactured. It's manufactured tension. You cannot have characters just sitting there getting angry and yelling. The human psyche, the human emotional, is not that dumb. We're not that dumb. We feel emotional. We are emotional creatures. We feel it naturally. If we go to, and this is part of, it's the Mr. Cellophane, the people writing Starfleet Academy have the mind of children. Well, they have the writing ability of children. It really shows the decay and corruption of our culture that it's presented seriously. I don't know if it's so much as culture, but it presents as how bad writing has become. Storytelling goes back thousands of years, right? Thousands of years storytelling. There is a science to storytelling. If you're good at the science of storytelling, you can be a good novelist. You could be a good screenwriter, graphic novelist, comic book writer. All are different. I'm good at screenwriting. I'm not a good novelist. I might be I think I'd be writing graphic novels is similar to writing a screenplay. Very similar. So yeah, Mr. Cellophane. Yeah, I mean, there's, it shows a lot. Yes, it shows a lot. Oh, wait a sec. We're, you know, I'm gonna. Oh, jeez. Let's go to. Let's mother effing. Okay, I'm sorry. I hit the wrong button. Oh my god. Let's do. We want to do this. Yeah. And then we want to do this. There we go. Oh my god. You know what? Jeez. What I want to do is. So anyway, actually, I went on a tangent there with the whole Mandalorian thing. The whole Mandalorian thing, Mandalorian is done, right? It's done. So with Starfleet Academy, I want to go over this. I'm going to close that. Jon Favreau. I don't even want to do that. Recap. There we go. Share this tab. And then we want to show that on stage. Okay, guys. So this is trekmovie.com. And trekmovie.com, I tell you, they are shills. They are some of the biggest shills in the Star Trek idiom that you will ever have. These guys are the top. They are the top. Star Trek is the bottom. Star Trek movie is the top, and they go hard on they recap review. And why did I pick them is because the asinine way that they go and they review these episodes. Star Trek grows up fast in Come. I didn't even know that's what it was called. It's called Come Let's Away. What a stupid name. There's Caleb. Oh my god, guys, can we just give it up? Just Caleb, the furries are coming. That's Caleb looking up at the furries going, turn over on your stomach. Yeah, that's what he's saying. Come Let's Away. Come Let's Away is the name of the episode? I had no idea. What another stupid name. Star Trek Starfleet Academy Season 1 Episode 6 debuted. Okay, we need to know that. This is a ship graveyard. Caleb and Tamira kick this one off with some sexy time. It does. It starts with hetero sex. I don't need hetero sex I don't need gay sex. I don't need hetero sex. I don't watch Star Trek to watch. That's not why I watch Star Trek for. Dear God, please. It intensifies. Yeah, I guess the orgasm. Is that what you're trying to say? Find themselves in Termina's flower-strewn, safe mind space after 5 minutes of watching them. It is Valentine's Day tonight. It is. I shouldn't have. Happy Valentine's Day, everybody. But when his long boner lost Robo Teddy shows up, because his Robo Teddy was connected to, I think, episode 1. No one remembers. The sullen dude is not cool. The sullen dude is not cool with her mind speaking his painful past. The lover spat gets cut short by a school joint training mission where Ake reveals the Athena has arrived at the derelict USS Mizaki, a ship destroyed after the burn that was trying out a new experimental warp drive. And of course, that's what everyone does. That's what the Starfleet does, right? We were going for a new singularity gravity drive. I mean, Event Horizon tried that. Remember Event Horizon? Didn't work out well. What happened to Event Horizon? But anyway, that's a different story. At the derelict ship, the plan: blue team will board the ship to restore power, and red team will supply bridge support. Caleb is on the away team, trading barbs with his war college nemesis Bob Avi, who dies. He dies. Also, along with Gaden, we get a one good scene with Kyle. Him and Kyle. Who's totally cool that Kyle is joining. There you go. There you go. Of course he's cool. They are being watched over by a teacher from the War College, Commander Tomov. Tomov dies. He dies very quickly. Mir mocks the Vulcan cadet for reading a comic book about the heroes of the Miyazaki. But the comic book is used. They put the comic book in there so that the computer remembers and sees what happened. Oh my God, guys. You can't even make this garbage crack. As a screenwriter, I'm like, if you're a screenwriter and you've written movies, you've written TVs, you're like, what? This was your, like, at the point of time where this was your best idea at the time? Really? It's mind-blowing, and flexes by getting life support going within 2 minutes. Oh, sorry. Mir mocks the Vulcan by reading a comic book about the heroes of the Miyazaki, and then they get, because a comic book works in getting, which wins a bet for Captain Ake, making Lurathok more grumpy. Like she's not ever grumpy. Didn't even know that was possible. Fun banter is cut short with weird readings. The Miyazaki has been surrounded by a dampening field, and the ship has been boarded by furries. Little furries. You know, the guys that you see at the football stadiums? Furries. The furries are sexually crazy, man. They will pin you down stomach first, and they will make you scream. So the furries are on board. And these guys are scary alien cannibals. They are scary. Ooh. And they want a bunch of Latinium, and they, like, even the way this guy's writing it, it just sounds like a bunch of bullshit. Things look up when Tomov leads the captives in an escape, but alas, he ends up as the furries' appetizer. Oh yeah, shit just got so real. Oh my God. You feel the tension about as much as an elastic band, guys. On the Miyazaki Bridge, the cadets still aren't safe. All of this, remember, is manufactured tension. It's all manufactured tension. And when you manufacture tension, it's about characters yelling out loud. It's about characters getting angry. It's about characters telling you why they're angry. It's about characters explaining why this scene is dangerous. It's about characters explaining what happens if this doesn't happen, then this will happen. It's a radio show. You're watching a radio show. You don't even have to watch the visuals. It's a radio show. This is what makes this screenwriting a 1.5 out of 10. It is that bad. On the Athena, Admiral Vance calls in to warn them that if they pay off the aliens, there's no guarantee the kids won't end up on the menu. And you see, like, these things are like they're moving around. Like, really? Like, just everything about it is. Here's the crazy thing. This episode sucked ass. But it was still the best episode so far, because even the manufactured tension created something that, remember last episode with Benjamin Sisko? Where's Sisko? Where is Sisko? Ake resists. Ake's tough, right? She is freaking tough. I will take my shoes off and I will smell you out with my stinky toes. But after Tomov's body gets ejected into space, it's Klingaret time. Klingaret time? They TM'd it? They fucking they trademarked Klingaret time? Whatever. Nuss arrives. Nustafer arrives in 20 minutes. He literally arrives in 20 minutes. And after sampling all the ship's fine tequila, spouting one-liners, and chewing all the necessary Ake quarters, he demands the Federation stop supplying dilithium to a particular world so he can continue gouging the locals for travel through some wormholes he controls. Vance signs off to confer with the Prez, leaving Nustafer more time to try and get under Ake's skin. It was there were so many scenes that didn't need to be there. You could have cut this stuff down and actually made some scenes that connected everything so much better. I am not going to waste my time on this live stream to give these mofos any freaking ideas, because these are the dumbest people. This is some of the dumbest, stupidest people in screenwriting that you can chalk up. Like, holy shit, man. Vance signs off on the offer with the prez, leaving Nuss more time to try. He then monologues her through the biting deep dive of her history, right? And what they do is basically they dive deep into the needs of the few, or the needs of the many outweigh the needs of the few. That's all it is. It just rehashes the entire Spock thing because they have no fucking ideas of their own. None. Cowards always have multiple agendas. You know what? I don't even want to. I'm not even sure going through this thing. Things start happening fast as Trina telepathically briefs Caleb with instructions for Bobby to activate a war college program. Conveniently, there's a war college program on there called what? Little Fireflies? To restart Miyazaki's drive, Genesis finally finds that cloaked. And then, of course, on the bridge of the Athena, on the bridge of the regular crew are doing nothing, right? The regular crew who are fully trained, have service, the regular crew do nothing. They're just stupid, right? They just sit there going. It's the cadets that figure everything out. Genesis, that fucking little brilliant girl, figures out that they can find out where this cloaked ship is. It's a secret ship. There's a secret ship. The pirates disable Sargasso. Oh shit. So there's this. Oh, guys, this episode is so convoluted. It's so stupid. The logic is so asinine. It's like the easiest way that I can explain this without going through all this garbage is Lego blocks. Think of it as you have 20 Lego blocks and you just put it together on a 2-story building. And the ones that are connecting the lower blocks are like the two little ones, right? There's only like one little leg connecting each one. Each Lego block is connected so flimsily with the last one that each Lego block needs its own explanation for existing. It's the easiest way I can explain this. And of course, the overall plan that Noose Braca has, you have a better chance of winning the lottery than you would of his plan actually coming to fruition. So without getting into the entire, someone died. Someone had to die. Someone's got to die. Lessons learned. Oh yeah, we learned lessons. Episode 6, guys, it's just as much garbage as anything else. This is shit screenwriting. This is shit screenwriting. This is garbage ass. I don't know what the fuck I'm doing. I'm just going to write a plot, and then the characters, it's like the plot is like a canoe, and the plot is like rowing the canoe, and the characters just sit in the canoe, and every once in a while the rapids become a little, bump, and they got to do something. But there's no decision that they make. Let's go left, let's go right, let's stop here, let's go. It doesn't matter. The canoe goes forward, and so the characters go forward with the canoe. I don't know if I'm explaining this as easily as I can, but this is what happens when the plot makes the decisions for the characters. And the characters, and a great, I guess, I already put the great example in there was with Gladiator. Watch Gladiator. This is where a character makes decisions. Yes, there are times where the plot makes decisions, but it's primarily the character is making his decisions, deciding. The plot moves along because of who he is. Who the character is. So naturally, the plot must go this way because this is what the character would do, on and on and on. So I really don't want to go through all this. Did these two have a sexual relationship just like Ake had a sexual relationship with that 9'6" Klingon? What the fuck am I watching here? Why? Can I say it? I want to say it. Alex Kurtzman. You're fired. You're fired. If you guys want to read this, you go to trekmovie.com and read it. They do a good job of discussing the crap. Those are the furries. those are the furries. Right there. Those are the furries. They are cannibalistic, half humans, half I don't give a shit. And of course, again, on the bridge of this starship, the cadets are making all the decisions. What about all the crew that's been there for years, right? For years. No, we'll let the cadets make the decision. There's Gaiden right in the middle, right? I'll also say this. So Sam is a photonic hologram. If you are light, if you are made of light, you still need an energy source. You just can't be light and exist from out of nowhere. You need an energy source to exist, especially if you are light. Where's her energy source? From a science perspective, it makes no fucking sense. Is she coming from 0-point energy? Is she she can't have a fusion reactor because even the arc reactor is asinine. How does she even exist as a photonic hologram? Where is her energy source? Light cannot exist without an energy source. When you turn the light on in the room, the light goes on? Right. When you turn it off, the light goes on. There's a power source. It's called electricity. It's called electrical wires. Oh, fuck. There's our gay fish. Gay fish. Right? You guys know what I'm talking about. You want to be a gay fish? South Park. Kanye. You like fish sticks? Yeah, I like fish sticks. So you're a gay fish. He likes fish sticks. Fish sticks. Fish dicks. Fish sticks. Yeah, there we go. That's look at that. The pictures are priceless. I'm telling you. Episode 6, I gave it my highest rated episode. I think I gave it a 5. I gave it a 5. 5 out of 10. I did. I give it a 5 out of 10, which is probably very generous. But it was the one episode that had a little bit of tension, like even just a little bit of tension going on. Like, oh my God, geez, like, holy jeez, guys. Ladies and gentlemen, Henry Cavill. We've got some Henry Cavill news. And this is a short but fun segment. So this was a little goof up. So if you've been watching Night of the Seven Kingdoms, it is TV. Why? You know what? I think in retrospect, a lot of the HBO execs are saying, damn, okay, yeah, we should have done the 1 hour shows. They were being careful. They're probably being careful. These novels are novellas, which are like, 100, 120 page novels. They're small. You could probably read them in an afternoon or 2 days over the weekend. Oh, Mike is in the house. I don't even remember if I finished episode 6. That was Mike. Are you still there? Mike, that was 2 days ago. Clingarette? More like clingarong. I don't know. Like shit. Cellophane. I know. Buddy, my friend, I know, my friend. Oh, I don't have the comments on. My apologies. I should have that. There we go. I don't remember. Because it doesn't matter. I've watched it. I've watched it 3 times. I watched that episode 3 times. And after I watched it just before this live show, Saturday night, POPRAGEOUS live, I'm like, even like I'm like 2 minutes before I go live, I'm like, okay, what am I going to talk about? I mean, there's no point to talk about the convoluted nature of the entire screenplay because it's absolute garbage. It's shit. When you have a good screenplay and you have got this natural progression, if you talk about Knights of the Seven Kingdom, episode 4, you could talk about it in a real kind of a way. Now, the reality is positive stuff does not come across as well as negative stuff. We like talking about the shit. We want to talk about the garbage, the scrap heaps. This is what makes Starfleet Academy so fun. It's what made Ahsoka so fun. It's what made the Acolytes so fun. Because you watch it and you get to rip it. It's so bad. Everyone has fun talking about it. It's so bad for those who watched it. If I wasn't reviewing it, I wouldn't watch it. So, Mike, I don't have that's a fair statement. We are okay. So now I'm not going to do that. I was going to go through the Star Trek. We'll do that next week. Some of the reviews and some of the what some people are saying. Where's my there we go. Oh, it's a Geeks. Oh, yeah, it's a Geeks. Yeah, it's a Geeks and Gamers one. So, okay, guys, let's get in. So, Henry Cavill, this was an utter mistake. This was a total mistake by the little actor. Henry Cavill coming to a Night of the Seven Kingdoms. Star accidental slip sparks major spoiler reviews or spoiler rumors. This is just adorable. Like these two together, like you talk. And here's if you take a look at the Mandalorian and Grogu, and then take a look at your screen, look at these two together, Dunk and Egg. Like that feels genuine, right? Totally feels genuine. You see Dunk and Egg, like this big guy, 6'6", a little dude with the shape. He actually shaved his head for it. It feels good. You watch Mandalorian and Grogu, you don't feel any of that. Again, it's manufactured. Screenwriters, when they try and manufacture feelings, they try and do it through false narratives, false visuals, and it doesn't come across genuine. This comes across genuine. So just like in my thumbnail, I got myself. Okay. Oh, geez. Okay, I gotta put advertising on just so I don't block out some of the text. Okay, guys, this is funny. Watch this. You might enjoy this. If you haven't seen this, Peter Claffey and Dexter Saul Ansel, the stars of HBO's latest Game of Thrones spinoff, may have let a big surprise slip. Actually, it was the little dude, not the big dude. It was the little dude. When they heavily suggested that Henry Cavill will appear on A Night of the Seven Kingdoms. The gaffe occurred at last year's. I'm surprised. No one picked up on this. No one picked up on this until this week. That's a little shocking, isn't it? At last year's New York Comic Con, when Claffey and Ansel, who played Dunk and Egg, the show's heroes, well, the show's protagonist, you want to call heroes, we're discussing the then upcoming series during what appears to be either a panel or press event. Claffey asked someone, like a producer or someone else who also works in the series, if he could say the thing he asked about Geralta Rivia. Referring to the character Henry Cavill played during the first 3 seasons of the Netflix fantasy series The Witcher. The woman told him, as long as we're all holding spoilers until respective episodes. And Claffey assured her, it's no spoiler. This exchange suggests some connection between The Witcher and the upcoming episode to the HBO show. I mean, that's I think he said, the actor said that he modeled some of his actions over what Henry Cavill did in The Witcher, but he kind of transformed it. But I think it gets better. Hold on, it gets better. Claffey then described how he modeled Dunk's movements. Oh, there you go, right there. After Henry Cavill's performance as Geralt in the first season of The Witcher, then tweaked them a bit to suit his character. Claffey described Dunk's walk as a less sexy, less confident, less charismatic Geralt of Rivia. Ansel then asked Claffey if they could say that and trailed off a bit. Claffey seemingly, this was the funny part, seemingly believing Ansel was asking if it was okay for him to talk about the Geralt influence on Dunk, said he asked and it was okay. Ansel Ansel, which is the smaller little dude, then specify no. So you can say that Henry Cavill ... Once he caught on, Coffey said, "Oh no, no, no! Oh God, no, no, no! Don't say that." He then jokingly told the crowd, "You didn't hear that." And this is it. This is fucking adorable, guys. This is adorable. You ready? You watching?
I don't know if we got clear. Can I say the thing that was asked about the Geralt of Rivia?
As long as we're all holding spoilers until respective
Oh yeah,
episodes.
no, it's no
Great.
spoiler. That first season, The Witcher, Henry Cavill saying, I'm kind of this comparison where it's like Dunk is kind of like his movement into Ashford and stuff. He's kind of a less sexy, less confident, less charismatic Geralt of Rivia. That's what I was kind of like, yeah, that's a good way to go, I think. Yeah.
Do you think we can say that?
Yeah, sorry, yeah.
No, do you think we can say that he...
I asked them, they said it was cool.
No, do you think we can say that Henry Cavill...
No, God. No. Sorry, you didn't hear that.
Adorable. There's another clip. There's another clip of Duncan doing one of these, right? No. Can we edit that out? Can we get it? Can we edit that part out? Well, it seems clear that Henry Cavill will be popping in Night of the Seven Kingdoms at some point. It's exciting. I like it. Fuck, I love it. I love it. What's interesting is how long this information stayed under wraps. The New York Comic Con is held in October. So this slip up happened 4 months ago because there's no talk about it, right? People were only casually talking about Duncan, right? They were only casually talking about Duncan and the Night of the Seven Kingdoms. But the fact that because all of a sudden the show is like, everyone's going, what? This show is good. And there's talk happening. And so people are going back and this stuff surfaces, right? Perhaps this was a press conference and not a regular panel open to the public. And HBO asked those in attendance not to say anything. However, whatever the case, they almost made it. Let's carry on. Now, of course, speculation is turning to who Henry Cavill will play in A Night of the Seven Kingdoms. The character most seem to be guessing is Daemon Blackfire. Even the initial post of this video states it is a fact, but no character is mentioned in the clip. There's just the heavy suggestion that Cavill will be on the show at some point. Daemon Blackfire is an illegitimate Targaryen child who led a rebellion against House of Targaryen to seize the Iron Throne, which inspired subsequent Blackfire rebellions. The character is long gone by the time A Night of the Seven Kingdoms takes The character is long gone by the time A Night of the Seven Kingdoms takes place, but he is mentioned in the second Dunk and Egg novel, The Sworn Sword. If Cavill plays Daemon Blackfire, he will be little more than a cameo in a flashback or two. Well, there's only two 30-minute episodes left. Do you think? Probably, right? To be the devil's advocate, there are reasons to doubt this. However, aside from the fact that no one in that video mentions Daemon Blackfire, first, since this incident happened in October, none of the first season had aired yet, and as of today, there are only 2 episodes to go. Henry Cavill could easily make his appearance in the next couple of weeks. His reveal would be a nice showstopper of a moment for the season finale. It'd be great for the second season. This second season had not started filming yet either. Production began in December, 2 months later after that video. Henry Cavill could have been cast for the second season by then. Maybe it was just rumor at that time, right? It could have been just rumor. If he's playing Daemon Blackfire and only making a cameo in the first episode, but the woman talking to Clafley tells him not to spoil things until after the episode airs. That feels more like it refers to something in the first season. Look, if you're gonna drop Henry Cavill in a Game of Thrones, Night of the Seven Kingdoms, you're gonna want to make a big fucking splash. And Henry Cavill coming in as a character in Dunk and Egg, A Night of the Seven Kingdoms, or Night of the Seven Kingdoms, is a big fucking deal. It is a big deal. Why? Because that will get people's asses in couches watching. And the biggest thing they could do, move this show to 1 hour. Move the show to 1 hour. If anything has told you, this show is doing better than I thought it was going to do. It's doing a lot better than I thought it was going to do. We'll know in a little over a week whether the first season of A Night of the Seven Kingdoms ends, and we'll have either seen Henry Cavill or not. Please share this article. No, okay, don't give me that. Don't give me that stuff. I read your article out loud. Okay, that's so, guys. I mean, that's the great picture, right? Look at Dunk and Egg. You look at Mandalorian and Grogu. It feels like slop. Because so you got a character, you got Pedro Pascal in a fucking helmet. How do you connect with someone in a helmet? You don't. You connect with characters whose face we see. Why is the Mandalorian cold and static? Because we're watching a helmet. We're literally watching a stupid helmet. Do you guys not understand this as basic freaking level 1 screenwriters? You're like first level fighters trying to go through a 20th level dungeon. You guys are as dumb can be in Disney. Really? You're stupid. Oh my God. I shouldn't have to get this riled up, should I? Maybe I do. Maybe I do have to get this riled up. Feels good. I like getting riled up. All right, what do we got going on here? Pamela, are you still there, Pamela? I thought you might have left. Little eyes, you watching? You've been watching? You listening? I'm watching you. Jose, my buddy. That's my buddy Louis from Los Angeles. Hey, senor, my friend. You know what? Even, NFL just ended. And he and I, we talk, we text, right? We'll watch NFL games and we'll text. I'm 2,000 miles away from where he is. He's in Los Angeles. I moved away from Los Angeles May 11th last year after 20 years. But he and I will text like NFL stuff. Hey, you watching the game tonight? Oh, yeah. No. One of the great friendships I made in Los Angeles with my buddy Luis Hernandez. Oh, he said it twice. Pamela, nightfall. Good night, Pamela. 7:41. Oh, that was only 2 minutes ago. All right. Good night, Pamela. Have a great sleep. Cellophane. What are you doing? What's that? Was that a sneeze? What is that? Coughing? Cellophane? What are you doing? So, guys, Duncan, so tomorrow night, episode 5, we're going to be live right after the show. We do 30 minutes to a half hour, 45 minutes to an hour, right after the show. Every Sunday night of the Seven Kingdom, we're going to get a little bit scrappy. We'll get a little bit scrappy. Yeah. But it's going to be a good episode. So watch Night of the Seven Kingdoms tomorrow night. So on our final segment, we got something I called, I didn't, when I don't have anything specific for the last episode, and this is like episode 5 of POPRAGEOUS live at Saturday night. I always like doing a little tidbit where maybe I get to go off a little bit, where I get to discuss things. Over the last 3 segments, I didn't get a chance to fully get out there as I would have wanted to. If I was going to say anything, the biggest I think, look, Jon Favreau saying that he is out after The Mandalorian and Grogu is big news. That is big news, guys. Very big news. Although Favreau was not the problem. Favreau has never been the problem. He's never been the problem. You can even argue that he was the guy that basically spearheaded the first Iron Man. In a lot of ways, he's had a positive effect, but The Mandalorian. And again, I just watched all 3 seasons over the last 2 days while doing videos and everything like that. It's like a whole bunch of self-contained little stories. It is very hard for... This is the lesson. This is the lesson of The Mandalorian. Period. Boba Fett. Characters do not make a connection with someone wearing a helmet the whole time. We need faces. We need expressions. We need characters that show us how they feel and not tell us how they feel. There's no way that we can see how this character feels. So the whole thing feels cold. It feels static. It feels empty. There's nothing there. And if I was on set and I was like Jon Favreau's right-hand man, I'd say, like, Jon, don't you think we're going to write this character? And I totally get why you want to make The Mandalorian, you know. You go to a bar, you have a drink. How do you fucking have a drink? How do you eat? When do you eat? You only eat when you can be in privacy and you can like sit in a corner with like a towel over your head. Look, the whole concept is asinine. It really is. It's fucking stupid. You're gonna sit in a helmet. You know, like the helmets in the medieval days when they wore those helmets are so uncomfortable, filled with CO2. As you try and breathe air out, you got to have that CO2 come out somehow. It's just, Mandalorian and Grogu, guys, is going to bomb. It will lose between $100 and $200 million for Disney. It's a TV show going to cinema. The most it's going to do is $400 million. That is my prediction. That is and I'm sticking to it, guys. I'm sticking to it. Mr. Cellophane Heart, have a good one. I'm not sure if you're going or if you're saying goodnight to Pamela. Pamela. Oh, geez. Mike popped on. A few people popped on and said hi. Look, it's Valentine's Day tonight, so we got a little bit of a thin audience. Happy Valentine's Day to everyone. Look, we all got to stay in a good mood, right? But when our franchises are being utterly freaking destroyed, like Star Trek, Star Wars, look, Favreau... He's not the architect. Kevin Feige is. Kevin Feige is the architect of the destruction. And now Kevin Feige wants us to go back because, oh, you know what? We brought Robert Downey Jr. back. Do you still like us, guys? I just watched WandaVision today. Holy jeez. And that's supposed to be one of the better ones, right? That's one of the better TV shows. If I was a screenwriter, I would have taken all of that garbage in the first 3 episodes and turned it into one episode and make the reveal of what the fuck is going on and made some real tension through the rest of it, okay? These people writing these TV shows, writing these screenplays are so stupid. That's not even a fair word. Look, they're just bad screenwriters. You can have a high IQ and be a bad screenwriter, right? You can have a 160 IQ, but you can't write screenplays. So to call anyone stupid, it's bad on me. Bad Danny. Yes. Bad Danny. But when a screenplay is bad, and it's consistently bad, if the Rey movie ever makes it out, oh my God, guys, it's not. I'm guaranteeing you. Kathleen Kennedy left at the same time Bob Iger left. The weatherman left at the same time the coffee assistant woman left. Somehow she got to the freaking president of Lucasfilm. Oh, geez, please. Fuck me. The fact that Iger is gone, Kennedy is gone, Favreau is gone. When is Feige going to be gone? Right? You did great phases 1, 2, and 3, and then you fucked it up. You fucked up something that was so good, so bad, so hard. But anyway, that is my rant. That is my freaking grab bag for tonight's episode. Happy Valentine's Day to everyone. I hope you guys get a little bit of action. Everyone, like the restaurants are packed. I know everyone's out and about. It's a big night. But I do thank you for those of you who joined us today, this evening. My name is Danny Alex. We are back on Tuesday night. We're back tomorrow night after the 5th episode of Night of the Seven Kingdoms. I'm looking forward to it, guys. Looking forward to it. Make sure you watch it. 8 o'clock Eastern, right? 10 o'clock Eastern. 10 o'clock Eastern. 7 Pacific, 8. So we will be right on. 5 minutes after the show, we're going to be right on tomorrow night, guys. So thank you for watching. My name is Danny Alex. You've just watched POPRAGEOUS. It's Saturday night. It was my pleasure being your host. And I look forward to tomorrow night. And then I'll see you also on Tuesday night. The Tuesday Big Show at 8 p.m. Eastern, guys. I thank you, and I will see you. Have a great evening. Sleep tight. Cheers. Oh, sorry. You're still there. Yeah, baby. Are you not entertained?
I'm sorry, baby. I didn't know it was your turn.
You. Look at me.
Yes.
What's wrong with being sexy? I mean, there's no...
Sex.
These go to 11.
Does that mean it's louder?